trade. They sent Nacho Alvarez off to the Angels for Brent Suter. Joey Bart's off to the White Sox. He was traded for Duncan David. And Eli White off to the Red Sox for Tyler Uberstein. Another notable moves, the Phillies have picked up the Luis Ariz from the Giants. Adley Rutschman is off to the Red Sox. Casey Mize headed to San Diego to join the Padres. And Foster Griffin has been sent off to Cleveland. The Braves are going to be back in action, though, tomorrow night. They're bringing in the Florida Marlins for a 3-game set at Truist Park. Grant Holmes, he will get the start out of Game 1. First pitch set from Truist Park for 7:15 tomorrow night. We are your home of the Braves. It's the Fan, 680, 937 FM, and the 680, the Fan app.
Football show with Kelly Kroll here on the Fan, home of the Braves, who didn't exactly set the world on fire during this trade deadline.
No, that's why Holloway didn't come back with that song.
I was a little, you talked about you were a little freaked out. I was a little freaked out when I pulled in from the Smoltz golf tournament where we finished 3rd place.
You were freaked out?
Freaked out when I parked in the Orange Deck here in the Battery, Atlanta, and first thing I saw when I walked out of the deck was about 5 to 8 of the Brave staffers, I assume coming from the analytics department, heading to their cars in the parking deck with their backpacks on and a quiet, somber look on their face. And that's when it hit home for me. We were all expecting something big, and we were willing to wait until 6 o'clock. Kelly, nothing happened.
Still not seeing anything.
So Braves country out there disappointed. I assume like David's about to tell us. David, welcome to 680 The Fan, brother. What's going on?
Hey, David.
Hey, thank you for taking my phone call. I appreciate your show. Here in a few minutes, I'm sure AA will be before the people, and we will get his usual talk. Well, we just couldn't line up.
We tried.
We just couldn't make a deal, come up with all this stuff. Now, here's what I've heard 3 different former GMs say today, that 80% of the time, prospects are suspects. So they were saying that 80% of the time, prospects don't work out. Now, I heard 3 different GMs.
All right, y'all. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. I'm waiting for the post-deadline presser with our hopefully soon-to-be-fired general manager, Alex Anthopoulos. Right now, you are listening live to 680 The Fan. He's supposed to be speaking. We all know it's going to be bullshit. We all know it's going to be complete fucking rubbish. Just terrible. A grade F.
I did see happen today. There were other teams that were willing to trade their suspects
Grade F.
for pitchers today that could help their teams. Now, if you're AA, how could you look at your team?
I'm going to go ahead first before Alex starts speaking, whenever the fuck that is, while I throw darts at his face.
That's exactly what some of the GMs.
You're trying to tell me that with the money that we had to spend and the prospects that we had, you needed 2 starting pitchers, number one. You couldn't even get one. You got one pitcher who did not want to, Jacob deGrom, who did not want to waive his no trade clause to play for you. All right? Everybody that was fucking rumored to come here went somewhere else. Casey Mize to the Padres, Skubal to the Dodgers, Gausman to the Cubs, Robbie Ray. They got 2 guys, Robbie Ray and Casey Mize went to the Giants, I believe. No, to the Padres. Robbie Ray and Casey Mize, I repeat, went to the Padres. 2 pitchers heavily on the Braves' radar. And the best that we could do, the best that Alex could do, is get a 3-9 Taylor Miley with a 5.5 ERA, and then minor leaguers that aren't even going to play for us. Alex, I want you fired. You don't deserve to be the general manager of this fucking team. Hit the like button. 11 people watching, 1 like. Hit that like. Maybe I should be the general manager of this fucking team. Unfucking believable. The best that we could do was a 3-9 pitcher, Taylor Molly, with a 5.5 ERA. You get rid of Eli White for a guy that's going to be in the minors. You got rid of Joey Bart that's going to be for a guy that's going to be in the minors. I don't understand. I do not get it. Braves country, Braves fans, y'all should boycott the rest of the games. I personally am not going to another Braves game this year. No. I'm not going to another Braves game this year. The only way I will go to a Braves game this year is by some chance if we are in the NLCS. I mean, even that's not going to happen. I'm not spending thousands of dollars. But this is a grade fucking F. You might have Braves fans that'll be like, well, I'm glad we didn't get rid of the prospects and all that. But how are you going to tell me that you are going to feel comfortable in the playoffs with one proven starter? I mean, we already know this is what it's going to be. If the Braves make the playoffs, which they should, we already know. I already know the top 3 starters. It's going to be Chris Sale, number 1, Martin Perez, number 2, and Taylor Molly, number 3. The only positive thing I can say about the pitching that this deadline is that I trust Taylor Molly over Bryce Elder, Grant Holmes, Lopez, AJ Smith-Shawver, and Spencer Swellenbach. I do. We all know that Alex Anthopoulos is probably going to dig another waiver wire and pick up some fossils before the season ends. But you're trying to tell me all these players available and you couldn't get one? You couldn't get one player? You couldn't get one starter? Not one. Not one starter. Not one. Not one. Not one. How are we going to compete with Tarek Skubal, Yamamoto, Robleski, Blake Snell, whoever the hell they have? They got at least 3 Cy Youngs. 1 to 5 can beat you. 6 and 7 and 8 could beat you. The Padres got 2 guys that you were after. 2. You couldn't even get Gausman. He went to the Cubs. You couldn't even get Jose Soriano. You couldn't pluck Jacob deGrom to waive his no-trade clause to pitch for you. Man, if I was Chris Sale at this end of the season, I would ask out of his contract. You were asking Chris Sale to do everything. I don't understand how you, whether it's the owners or yourself, if it's both of y'all, the ownership of the Braves need to sell. And Alex, you need to be relieved of your fucking duties. I never would have thought that we would have go this trade deadline without getting a proven starter. Yes, we got one, but Taylor Molly? Unfucking believable. I'm beyond aggravated. I mean, you looked at the series against the – I did that earlier in the trade deadline stream. Against the Phillies in 2 NLDSs, we lost 3-1. And the Padres, we lost both games. Our number 1 starter lost game 1. We lost game 1 in every series. So there's a chance that either in the playoffs, Chris Sale could have a bad outing and get ripped. And then after that, we're going to get swept. Because we're not going to hit the opposing team's pitchers, but they're going to hit ours at some point, right? Or Chris Sale's going to pitch and get a win, and then we're going to lose 3 straight. Or Chris Sale pitches, gets a win, and you're going to pitch him in game 4. Unfucking believable. Alex needs to be fired. This is by far a grade fat F. This is the worst deadline I know under Alex Anthopoulos. We got nobody really at the deadline. Nobody of significance. Every person that we got at the deadline pitching-wise is either a reliever or one starter, and they have losing records. Losing records! Two of the guys that we got in the bullpen have only pitched in 1 or 2 games, respectively. What the fuck, man? All those pitchers out there, and you couldn't get one? One! Alex, one pitcher. Just one. Somebody to compliment Chris Sale. What the fuck could they have possibly wanted that you weren't willing to part with? A general manager's job is to put together a World Series team. The Braves have a good team. Obviously by the lead in the NL East, right? But we don't have a World Series team. Why? Our offense shuts down in the playoffs. Why does your offense shut down in the playoffs, Slita? It's because we faced good pitchers who shut us down. Right? So we're going to go into the playoffs and we're going to get shut down in the first round. And we may compete pitching-wise in the playoffs, but it's going to be one inning in each game where our pitcher gives up a couple runs and we lose 4-1 or 5-2 because we can't score, because every fucking game that we play in the playoffs is going to be against a top-notch pitcher. You play the Cubs, you're going to have top-notch pitching. You play the Padres, you're going to have top-notch pitching. You play the Brewers, you're going to have top-notch pitching. You play the Dodgers, you're going to have top-notch pitching. They play the Braves, they're going to have Chris Sale. That's it. Chris Sale. And then the rest. Man, get the fuck out of my face. Just unbelievable. When is Alex going to speak and give us his bullshit? Well, we tried. We tried to get some people in here, but it just didn't work out. They were asking too much, or I'm just fucking too cheap. I mean, when is he going to speak? Fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Unreal. I can't believe we didn't do one thing of note. I'm dumbfounded, man. I'm literally dumbfounded. I am literally dumbfounded. I mean, we as Braves fans deserve better than this. Absolutely. There ain't no doubt. We deserve better than this. I'm just dumbfounded, man. I really am. I just cannot understand what happened here. Why we didn't make a move. Why we didn't pull a switch. I mean, is there anybody available on the fucking waiver wire that we could get maybe? Anybody? I mean, is there people on the waiver wire? He's probably going to go waiver wire dumping. That's quite obvious. Oh, my God. So when is Alex gonna talk? I need to hold my stuff, make sure I don't throw anything. Did the Atlanta Braves blow it at the deadline? Absolutely. It's terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. All we got of significance is Lane Thomas and Tyler Malley. That's all we did at the deadline of note. Unbelievable. I'm waiting for the post game. I'm waiting for his press conference. Alex, you suck. I want you fired. I want you off this team. You are terrible, sir. There ain't nobody that can tell me that we did not need to get a starter. With all the pitching injuries and the youngsters and inconsistency that we have, and you didn't want to get a starter? Explain that to me, man. Explain that to me. Unbelievable. Where is Alex, man? I'm waiting for it. Where is it?
Hey, Kelly.
How you feeling tonight?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. It's Aaron, listening to you guys. Hey, man, I'm just trying to bring some optimism. I know everyone's kind of like, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? You know, at the end of the day, AA has always brought great talent. And he's a sharp dude, and he's going to work with what he has.
How you doing, David?
Not good.
You know, and, by the way, Jarvis, he's been he's warming up. I mean, he's starting to swing a hot bat. Now, I know he had a bunch of errors this past weekend, but
we got these raw Braves fans that look at the positive. There ain't no positive here. How I got 20 people watching and only 3 likes? Come on, people.
Shortstop now.
Just disgusting.
I think he can do it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I like him, man.
DFA, Doug, Alex, yeah, trade him.
He can do it, and the platoon players.
When are we gonna have Alex talk?
Recently, and let's not forget the first half of the season, the Braves, have been leading.
This guy's, come on, stop playing, stop.
What are you talking about?
These callers are just rambling, trying to look at anything that's positive.
What's positive? We didn't do anything.
I see nothing positive. Nothing positive
We didn't
whatsoever.
need 9 bullpen guys. Where are you going to put them
During the
all?
last-minute buzzer beater that was submitted before 6 p.m. and not yet announced, it looks like the Braves botched their trade deadline. Let's talk about it.
Botched their trade deadline is an understatement. Hey, somebody let me know when Alex starts speaking so I could dig it up. Disgusted. Utterly disgusted.
Yes, welcome on into a special live edition of Braves Today on Monday, August 3rd. This is a production of the Believe Podcast Network and presented
It's
to
the
you
same people that do Locked
by
On.
your host, Lindsay
Yeah.
Crosby, author of the Braves Today newsletter over at bravestoday.com. I'm also frustrated, and I know that you're frustrated as well, and we're going to talk about it together because unless there is some sort of last-minute report that just did not get out before 6 p.m., the Atlanta Braves made a lot of moves at the deadline, and they did a lot of things to raise the floor of the team, but they never found their biggest need, their stated biggest need, which was an impact starter to slot in behind Chris Sale, and it's the continuation of their inability to add to the rotation for somebody behind Chris Sale.
Yep.
And like a deal just broke at 6:02 p.m. It's a reliever going from Miami to Pittsburgh. But listen, the Atlanta Braves made multiple moves. They brought in guys, and we're going to talk about those guys. We're going to talk about what they did. We're going to talk about what they've done.
Nothing.
But in the meantime,
It won't take you long to talk about it.
we
They haven't
kinda
done
have to
shit.
acknowledge here that the Braves had a great opportunity. The Braves had a chance. They have shown that they are one of the best teams in baseball, and they don't add arguably the biggest thing. And late breaking right after the trade deadline, Casey Mize ends up going to the San Diego Padres.
I know, right? Golly.
So San Diego's a team that needed starting pitching, right? Their rotation was Michael King and a bunch of spare parts. So what did San Diego do? San Diego added Robbie Ray, who I don't think is that great, but whatever. They added Robbie
He's
Ray.
10-6.
They added
He won a
Casey
Cy, he's a
Mize.
former Cy Young winner.
The Chicago Cubs are having a 2025 Atlanta Braves with their rotation, right? Their rotation has been absolutely destroyed by injuries. They have 5 different starters on the injured list. So what did the Chicago Cubs do? They go get Kevin Gausman and Clay Holmes. There has been a lot of teams that have gone out and said, hey, we want to add starters. The Los Angeles Dodgers, yes, they added Taylor Skubal. They also went out and got a second starter.
Now it's Chris Bubik. He's gonna be on the injured list. He still is on the injured list. It doesn't have to be added yet. But they have 7 starters and they win it at another. And the Atlanta Braves, for whatever reason, in a year where they had the best farm system that they have had in years, did not go out and add a starting pitcher before the deadline. And it's inexcusable. This is a thing, and people have been mad for days. People have been mad about this eventuality happening. And I've been saying, listen, please stop getting mad at me for not being preemptively mad on Friday or Saturday. I'm going to wait until the trade deadline. I'm going to wait until the final minute and it is done, and we then talk about it. Well, it's now done, and we need to talk about it. Because the biggest issue, and if this ends up being a stretch of Braves baseball, where you finish with 1 World Series, just like the generationally great 1990s Braves finished with 1 World Series, you're going to be able to look back and you're going to be able to find a reason, right? You look back at the 90s and you say one of the issues was they wouldn't really go out and add to the offense. They were like, hey, it's going to be pitching and defense and we're going to make this work. And they had great hitters, right? They had Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones and all of these great players. But they would never really supplement with additional.
The most home runs in the league right now. So let's not forget that piece of it.
Yeah. So there's a little hope
left in the playoffs. So
thanks for the call, brother.
Stay optimistic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you
See
go.
the caller.
I don't fucking know. Optimistic my ass. We're not winning the World Series, so what's the point?
Over at Truist Park, right across the
What's the
sidewalk.
point?
Bill joins us from Charleston.
Well,
Bill,
Truist Park, they got my
the
Truist Park, the overpriced food and the parking got my last bit of money the other night. Y'all ain't getting nothing else. When you want to go to the Braves, then you go on your own. I'm not wasting my money on this
I
shit.
know, but I think I deserve
Sorry.
it tonight because
They make the NLCS maybe.
As you guys know,
If I can get
for
a
a
deal.
while here.
That's
And
it.
yeah, but I'm beyond upset.
Fucking
I
ridiculous.
think I'm exasperated. But, I had a few comments, if you guys don't mind, a couple. And, of course, I added my sister, my listening and holding. But overall, this to me, this is a bummer. And you mentioned, Kelly, something exactly that
I really would
and I
like
don't know
you to
how you
call
felt
in.
with Kelly about Scoop,
So you
but
could
I don't need to call in.
No, because you can feed off the person talking.
I don't do that anymore. I don't. You call in. I don't want to call in.
I want to at least know that there's a chance to sign him again. So, but come on, Robbie Ray or even Mize. And Mize, I had my eyes on the whole time. There is zero reason not to grab one of those guys. And I can tell you what he's going to say, and I haven't heard it yet. It's going to be all about, it's too prices too high, and we have this guy waiting in the wings. And I will tell you, another cheat is when you can go to and obviously support your prospects in your developmental team. You're always your out to justify not making these moves. And I think it's gotten to the point where AA is, he's just trying to thread a needle. And really, I think he wants to zig when everybody's zagging. But this one is too obvious to everybody watching that we needed a pitcher, and maybe we didn't do the Scoble thing. And if he said, guys, I could have done it because of the money, I could have done it for the money. I wasn't going to give up the prospects even more, and we couldn't re-sign up, more respect. But again, I zoned right in on Robbie Ray, and if you remember, I called you last week. My prediction, when I saw the move with Thomas, I said, here we go. We're going to get another Rosaria or whatever, and hope for it to happen. And and I said it that day, if you guys remember, I said, we'll forget Scoble. We're going to get him. We're going to get pick up a couple relievers we never heard of. And I thought at the time we were going to get either Robbie Ray or Mize. So obviously the most important piece of my hopeful thing would happen didn't even happen then. So, and the last thing I say, and again, I could go on forever. Lane Thomas, you want to bring it up as a topic. Let's look at him. How sad is it that when this whole dust settles from all this stuff, that we want to talk about Lane Thomas, about what he could do and what he could bring, enough that you guys even put a little segment and sound to it. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he at least took Scoble deep in the postseason last year, as Kelly found.
He did. Grand slam.
And don't forget now, Bill, we got Tyler Mahle we can throw
I
out
don't
there.
fucking believe it.
You don't get me upset, Box, because I'm already bad enough as it is. But
Thanks.
Let me say one last thing. 21 to 22, I have never bought a jersey with a guy's name on the back ever in my life. I would have bought an Andrew Anthopoulos jersey and wore it to every one of those games because I had so much respect for the guy. I thought he was a genius.
He's a
And
bum.
over the years, it's just gone backwards. And now I think it's about ego. And I think it's about making those moves that people don't and hoping to keep catching the lightning in the bottle. We'll see what happens, guys.
All right,
but I'm
Bill.
not happy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, Kelly, let's say that we've got a postseason series that starts tomorrow. So who's our
I already told you what
who
it
are
was.
our three starters?
I told you.
Going into this postseason series. Chris Sale at the top. You feel great about that. You
I've
can
got
beat
that one in 3 minutes
anybody
after.
in any league. You can win with Chris Sale pitching in game 1. What about games 2 and 3 right now? Who would you be going with?
Perez and
You go
Mahler.
with the veteran Martin
I'm
Perez
probably
in
going
game
Martin
2.
Perez, and then I'm probably going Bryce Elder in game 3.
Oh, all right.
Bryce
I
Elder.
know. Well, it kind of depends on what I see.
No.
You know what I would be leaning towards right now? I'm thinking Sale in game 1,
Okay.
Sale in game 2.
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing. It would have to be Sale in game 1, Martin Perez in game 2. And I would be seriously thinking about going with the rookie Fuentes in game 3. I'd be
I
stretching
can see
him
that.
out, getting ready to for him to start one
Oh,
of
we're
these
fucked.
big game situations come
We better hope
postseason
our
time.
offense doesn't get shut down.
Yeah.
Or we're
He's got
fucked.
the time to do
I
it.
believe that's right now the best case scenario.
Yeah, I don't see it's tough, right? Because I don't know what you can expect from Schwellenbach. I don't know if AJ Smith-Shawver's a guy you could maybe consider if he, but he is so
Maybe.
young. I don't know. It is not a good situation, and it's honestly not a situation I thought we'd be sitting here talking about. I thought we would
Me
have
neither.
known today who our number 2
I thought we would get a
starter
starter.
would be in the playoffs,
I
and
really
instead,
did.
We're sitting here talking about this, so I'm surprised.
Alex, where are you? Are you hiding? Are you still whacking off in your bed sheets?
At 6:30, that was supposed to get underway. We're hoping to have some comments from Alex as we come back next in the following segment. Buck Belue Show with Kelly Kroll on the Fan.
The best app on your phone this football season is
Yeah, where is Alex and his genius self? Fucking joke. Oh my god, this is terrible. He's almost embarrassed to talk. And what the fuck can he say? I mean, Braves ain't getting no more of my motherfucking money this year. Hell no. They ain't getting no more of my money. No way. Let me Google waiver wire. Are there any good pitchers on the waiver wire Are there any good pitchers, free agents, Braves can get from their restaurant jobs?
When you're thinking about your financial future, whether that's retirement, sending the kids to college, or just giving you some peace of mind, you want to work with people you trust. Well, thanks to Trajan Wealth, this is a wonderful local company that has decades of experience and is family-owned and veteran-led by Jeff Jr. Know this, they're all about community, they're
Major
all about
push
family.
is
So when
required.
you start planning for your financial future, you want to work with those you trust. Get in touch with Trajan Wealth by calling 855-TRAJAN1 or go online to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement. Hi, I'm Jacob, your friend and an actual jeweler craftsman at Chain Company.
For those who are watching, we're waiting on Alex Anthopoulos' presser so he can let us know how he screwed up here.
Last night streaming on one of those streaming services. Give it an A++. A++.
Okay.
And I'm surprised I didn't make my way to the theater to see this. But
See, Alex is scared to talk because he knows he's going to get roasted.
And she said, Dad,
You know he's going to get
this is
fucking
streaming
roasted.
now. We should watch
Just leave
that.
Atlanta, you bum.
And she got it on last
I
night.
cannot
and
believe we didn't
I
make a trade, a
couple
legitimate
hours.
trade.
So I took
I'm
the thing on
stunned.
A++.
I am stunned beyond belief.
Okay, so really good.
And the back end of the story is going to be coming out soon, as I understand it, too. We'll see this is sort of the first half of his life.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Let me tell you, that Joseph Jackson, my goodness. I hope I'm a better father than that.
Okay. Well, what a tease. I'll
But
remember that.
I was just right. For 2 hours, man, I didn't move. Even Bo, our dog, was locked
in.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 2 thumbs up. So we'll come back on the other side, hopefully have a little Anthopoulos sound, more of your calls, and more frustration with our Braves.
Yeah, but
home of the Braves.
But where is he talking at? I mean, where's his press conference? That's what I want to know. Where is his press conference? Let me check 92.90 game. My brother did mention that right there. But Alex gets a grade A fat F from me. A terrible deadline. No starting pitchers of legitimacy. I don't count a 3-9 pitcher as legitimate. I do not. Disgusting. Just terrible. He failed us. Ownership sucks ass. Alex Anthopoulos sucks ass. Yep, they all suck ass. All right, next on the game. I thought I already had the app, actually. Okay, where is it? Not in the game, Atlanta. Okay, why is it not popping up? John, you are not sleeping on the damn thing, are you? Really? Is this 92 on the game? What the fuck is this? Hello? Oop, I went down again to me. 92 on the game. Where is it? I thought I had it.
Y ahora, un anuncio de servicio público de Publix.
Cada son que hacemos en nuestro deli lo preparamos para ti, pensando en lo que te gusta, con la calidad que a nosotros nos gusta mantener. Publix, donde comprar es un placer.
Y ahora, un anuncio de servicio público de Publix.
Cada son que hacemos en nuestro deli lo preparamos para ti, pensando en lo que te gusta, con la calidad que a nosotros nos gusta mantener. Publix, donde comprar es un placer.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Yeah, that was not a good for 92.90 game. All right. I actually thought I already had 92.90 game on here. I'm surprised it's not here. Where is it? I know I didn't delete it. I don't think I did. I mean, I might have. Either way, 6-8 is a fan. I'll have to do.
Crossover is a can't miss because we'll have a huge.
But Atlanta getting an NHL team, I don't know. It never worked the first 2 times. I don't know why they should think about getting another one. Besides, their general manager would suck anyway.
Atlanta doesn't just play sports. We run a sports economy, stadiums, sponsorships, jobs. It's a $1 billion engine. And 680 The Fan is taking you behind the scenes of it all. That's why we bring you the Business of Sports Minute every Wednesday afternoon, presented by Southern Company. Each week we sit down with the executives, owners, and business leaders who are shaping how sports and this city grow together and what it means for your wallet, your game day, and your hometown pride. From Shores Park to college football Saturdays to the Fins downtown. If it's moving the needle for Atlanta sports, we're breaking it down for you. The Business of Sports Minute is proudly presented by Southern Company, building the future of energy for the customers and communities they're privileged to serve. Catch every conversation at 680thefan.com. The podcast.
Waiting on Alex Anthopoulos and his genius self to speak.
Might I interest you in a short drive to Harris Cherokee?
Oh my God. I'm already to end this shit if you don't talk soon. I'm already aggravated.
Or Harris Cherokee, the OG in Cherokee, North Carolina. They both house the Caesar Sportsbook. That's a Vegas-style sportsbook where you can walk up to a window to make a wager, use their self-serve kiosks, or remember that Caesar Sportsbook app. It is live to make your wagers when you get in the state of North Carolina. I have a couple of tickets to take back with me to cash, and that's the beauty. College, pro, basketball, hoops, you name it, they have it all for you right inside that book.
Harris Cherokee Casinos are a short drive from Atlanta and will turn your fun road trip into an epic escape. That's the beauty of it. Walk to the window, use the kiosk, get your bets in, and then when you return, boom, you've got them right there. Or when you cross the state line with the app. Bet on pro and collegiate sports at 2 perfectly tailored gambling getaways. Visit HarrisCherokee.com for details.
Must be 21 years of age or older to enter the casino floor and to gamble, and must present a valid state or federal photo ID upon request. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. An enterprise of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians.
There's no reason to be afraid of anything in a divorce or family law matter except the unknown. I'm Brendan Dalton from FlatFeeFamilyLaw.com, and I'm here to tell you, you'll most likely get through your divorce.
Alex is taking his own sweet time to talk. Yeah, because he knows he's going to get grilled. He knows he's in trouble. Oh, yeah.
Avoid the unknown. You don't have to go with a law firm that won't tell you the price up front. Our prices are on our website at FlatFeeFamilyLaw.com, a full-service Georgia law firm.
Georgia's recent rain has brought more than green grass. It has brought humidity. If your home feels damp, sticky, uncomfortable, ask Central Heating and Air Conditioning about a whole house dehumidifier. It helps remove excess moisture throughout your home, making it more comfortable while helping your air conditioner work more efficiently. And if you're considering a new system, qualified buyers can receive up to $1,700 in carrier rebates and up to 60 months of 0% financing with approved credit. Call 770-GET-HEAT or visit CentralHeat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering your comfort for the world we share.
Grab the all-new Fan app with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and roll with the Fan everywhere you go. It's your ticket to every Braves game, podcasts, and replays from your favorite Fan shows, and everything you need to know as we get ready for football's return.
This is WCNN North Atlanta, a digital broadcasting.
We ready for Alex now? What's up, John Smoltz Weed?
Well, we welcome you back to the Buck Belue Show, along with Kelly Curl, David Holloway behind the glass. A big ol' MLB trade deadline Monday. And we're taking you up to 8 o'clock tonight. The only problem with big is that it wasn't quite as big or blockbuster-esque as we were hoping for, anticipating all of those words here in Atlanta. And it's why I am very excited, though, that we get to go out to the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line right now. Bring in Chad Bishop, who is the beat writer for the Braves for the AJC. If you're not following him on Twitter, please do that.
Where's
please
Alex?
Subscribe and read all the articles because he does a fantastic job. And just stepped out, I'm guessing, of this Alex Anthopoulos presser, Chad. And we have not heard from it, obviously. We've been live right here. So your biggest takeaways from what Alex had to say after, they did add some depth pieces today. We've been talking about it for the last hour, but that big frontline starter that everybody was hoping for, that deal did not get done. Well, maybe I don't have Chad. Maybe my introduction was
Oh my
too
God,
long.
what is going on here? No,
Good-
y'all can't get it right either?
I was
Jesus
so
fucking
proud of
Christ.
myself. Golly, what a bummer.
No, you were.
I want to hear what he had to
Well,
say.
be quiet,
That was
man.
fantastic.
Well, they can't even get it right. They can't even fucking
Well,
pull
we'll
the
try
feet
to get
up.
Chad lined up here. He is coming on with us, I
Yeah.
assure you. But he is also trying to.
He
Yeah.
got dropped. Industry term. He dropped.
The definition being, he just no longer was there, right?
Yeah, he's here now, though.
But he's back. Oh, yeah, got you.
Here I am.
Did you miss? Man, I had my amazing resume that I need. You did. Okay, good.
I put you guys at the top of the list above Alex.
Oh,
I'm not about him,
no
but I
kidding.
can talk to you guys.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So along those lines, that's what I was saying. We have not heard anything. We've kind of seen some of the stuff you and the other beat writers have tweeted out, but obviously depth pieces were added, but not that big frontline starter. I think Braves Country was really hoping for. What were your biggest takeaways from listening to Alex?
Yeah, kind of, I'd say sort of indifferent, I mean, Alex is not going to come out there and, he failed at this or they missed the deal on that, or, we even asked him were the price tags maybe too high, and he said, well, everybody's got a different value for different players, so it was kind of non-committal in terms of
So we can't even get a straight
the
answer.
Braves were actually going after and what they actually were able to get deals gun on. So, three pretty significant moves, I'd say, but sure, they did not make that splash deal that I think Braves country was hoping on. And, maybe it'll work out in the end. We thought in the offseason they were going to go get that big-time starter, and they did not. And the Braves have won 67 games, and the starting rotation has been pretty good, right? But to not go out and get someone like Casey Mize or, Robbie Ray or Freddie Peralta is kind of a punch to the gut, I think, for Braves fans. But, time will tell. Maybe it'll all work out in the end.
What would be the best case scenario going into a postseason series, trying to match up with the Phillies, the Brewers, the Dodgers, as far as the three starters in the rotation?
So we're not going to hear anything from Alex.
And then pray for a few rainouts and go for Chris Sale again.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Goodness.
So, I think, and, I do agree with Alex at this point. He did say there's a lot of ways to get it done. I mean, if you go back and, I don't have the numbers in front of me, right? But if you go and track past World Series champions, at least in the modern era, how many times does a starter go 9? How many times does a bullpen have to pitch 7 or 8 innings to get the job done? So there's ways to do it. I think right now we know Chris Sale, right, is going to be that guy. But remember, maybe A.J. Smith-Shawver is one of those guys, right?
Get on my face.
But maybe. We don't need maybe.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
And somehow he pitched in June and July. So I think they do have some options internally. Again, it's definitely not what Braves Nation wants to hear, right? They wanted to go get that big-time notable name. But with the strength of this bullpen and how good it's been, with the addition of Suter from the Angels to strengthen it even more, maybe the thinking there is, right, we have all these great arms in the bullpen, and if we can maybe get to that game 3 or that game 5 or that game 7 with the strength of our pen, maybe we can win a few of these games and a few of these series.
Yeah, Todd, you bring up a really good point. We're talking to Chad Bishop, who, of course, is the beat writer for the Braves on the AJC here on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line. And he said something like that about 2 weeks back, Chad, that had me a little bit like, I'm wondering if he's trying to manage expectations already. And that he said, you can start an opener these days. You can use your bullpen in a lot of different ways when it comes to the playoffs. And we've seen it start. Don't always go as deep. And so the addition of Suter and Maley, is there any chance, I know we have Jeff Francoeur on this show quite a bit, is there a thought process of trying to maybe get Fuentes stretched out at this point in the season, or does that just not make any sense at all given how good he's been?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He's been so good in that bullpen role, and Weiss even discussed it the other day, the impact that Didier has had out of the bullpen and how that could translate. And, you go go back and look at starting pitchers in this league for a long time. A lot of them got their starts in the bullpen, whether it's the first year of their career, maybe the first couple. Chris Sale was a bullpen guy, right? If I'm not mistaken, early on in his career. I just think he's too valuable to that bullpen in this particular season. Now, he has gone 2 innings at a time. Shoot, the other day, he pitched in both games of the doubleheader, right? Yep, so the guy.
Okay, this is absurd. We're not hearing anything, folks, on Alex Anthopoulos. So this was a complete fail, everybody. Alex Anthopoulos, terrible GM. We got nobody at the deadline to help against these tough teams in the playoffs, and
yeah, what are you doing?
It's pretty terrible out there, and Alex can't even speak to us, and then we can't even get reporters on the phone to give us any accurate things of what he said. Just sideswipe, whatever. Anyways, y'all, thanks for holding out with me on this very embarrassing trade deadline and everything. And like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Terrible.